Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode we're going to be working back on the Duramax Patrol. Well, maybe not so much the Duramax Patrol itself, but the Duramax engine sitting behind me. Now this is a 2006-07 LBZ and we're actually going to be adjusting the valve clearance on it. So if you've got a Duramax yourself and maybe it's got a few Ks on it, or it's an engine that you've just installed and you're not 100% sure of the history, I think it's definitely a good idea to adjust your valves. Now this one's actually already been done, so we're going to be jumping back in time just a little bit, but there were a few valves in there that were quite loose, and that is a loss of power and also a noisy valve train. So let's get a bit of reliability back and get this done. You've got to start by removing your injector lines and then making your way into the top of the rock covers. Let's jump into it. So as I mentioned, we're going to remove these injector lines, and it's pretty simple. It's just a couple of 17mm hex nuts that are actually on the lines. Get those out of the way and we'll place them on the table just behind us. Remove this little bracket with your fuel rail pressure sensor on it, and we're just going to tuck that out of the way and get in and remove the top of your injector return lines. Now that's the return rail off just there for the driver's side. I'm just going to get in and actually get this broken piece out of the top here. So I'll do that off camera because I'm not sure how long that's going to take. Then I'll get around and do the other side. This is most of the stuff here. I've got the other injector lines on the box over there, just so I don't mix them up. And that was the bracket for the glow plug relay. Unfortunately, mine was damaged when I got the engine over. So I've got a new one there to put on it at the same time. Anyway, next step is going to be taking out all these little Allen keys around the top section of the rock cover. So we're going to do that, move this up out of the way, and hopefully we can get this off without too much issues. And there we go. All right, so inside the motor, doesn't look too bad. A little bit of dark stainage. Uh-oh. I'm glad it only went to the top. Okay, we got that back, and I'm glad it didn't go any further down. Not that there's really many passages that can go down, but make sure you don't flip them over on top of the engine. All right, so it's the next day. Got a little bit late last night, so I thought I might as well finish this off this morning. We're back into it anyway. So I'm going to pull the camera down here, and I'm going to show you what you need to line up to be able to start actually doing this. Okay, so as you can see, there is a mark just there on the harmonic balancer and also on the timing cover. Now you need to get these lined up to give you the pretty much base of where to start. And this will put either cylinder 1 or cylinder 4 on compression stroke top dead center. Now you need to work that out obviously. If you've got the injectors out, you can pretty much watch your valves to figure out where they're going to be, and then just drop a screwdriver down in there if you need to figure out what cylinder is where. Alright, so this is on compression stroke on cylinder 4 at the moment, so let's go through what valves I can actually adjust. Okay, so if you've got your cylinder 4, as I do, on the compression stroke, top dead center, you can adjust your cylinder 2 intake, cylinder 4 exhaust and intake, your cylinder 6 exhaust and your cylinder 8 intake on the left-hand side of the motor. On the right-hand side, you can go your exhaust on cylinder 3, exhaust on cylinder 5 and intake on cylinder 7. Obviously then you rotate the engine over a full revolution and you can then get your other cylinder, so in this case it'd be cylinder 1 on compression top dead center, and then we can actually adjust all the remaining valves. I like to go over with a paint marker just so I know which ones I've adjusted. Once you've done that, afterwards you need to then rotate the engine over a few times just to make sure everything's where it needs to be, recheck all your valves and adjust as necessary. So let's start adjusting these things and get ready to put it all back together. The size fuel gauge you're actually going to need as well is a 12 thou for both the intake and exhaust. I've done the other side now, and I'm going to get in and, well, now we've set the cylinder 1 on compression stroke and adjust all the remaining valves. You will need a 14mm for this and a flat blade screwdriver also. As you can see, this one's actually quite loose, and there's been a couple of these that are quite loose. So let's get some free power back. Now when you're adjusting these, you want a slight drag to them, just enough so you don't have to yank it out, but it's got a drag on the feeler gauge. Once you've done that, use your spanner, your screwdriver to lock it up, and then recheck it again. Perfect. I'm gonna get in, finish off all the rest, and we'll come back to it. Alright, and that is going to be it for this episode. We've gone through and also gave the engine a bit of a clean up, and it's looking nice and fresh while we're at it. Gave the rock covers a coat of paint just to break things up a little bit, and also cleaned off the lower sections of the rocker cover as well. Some of the front has also been done, and the heat shielding up here. So things are looking absolutely perfect on it now, and this thing's ready to go in the chassis and hopefully be in there for the last time. So if you do want to follow the build, or you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe down below. It's totally free, and I really appreciate all the support. And while you're there, you might as well drop a like and comment what you're working on, or maybe where you're from, as it helps push the video a bit further and get to new audience. Thanks everyone for the support, and I'll catch you all in the next video.